Alright guys, we're back at the dirt track. I'm soaked in sweat. Got my nice little sun hat on. Dirt car. We made it to the dirt track, all the traffic. Practice went good today at Langley. Didn't put tires on. We're like near the bottom of the sheet, but car's driving good. We're gonna put stickers on when we unload them. You know, for those that don't know, stickers are new tires. First time we've had new tires in a while, so we're gonna make a practice qualifying run tomorrow. But right now we gotta go get in the mud and get a little dirty for 30 laps tonight, and hopefully we can get it done.
And now winner of back-to-back races at Goodyear All-American Phoenix races the Grand National Super Series. But speaking of pro fabrication, headers, exhaust, all the parts, there's no limit. Just a click of a mouse away at profabrication.com. So I turn to the races now.
qualifying, and he told me like what lines they were. So qualified third, Boss Man put it on pole, so happy for him. We got a little bit of work to do. The track's really dry. I don't know. I thought I'd be shot at the pole. It's about a 10th off. Still starting third, so it's better than second. Feel a little better starting on the inside. The gnats are biting us. So we just got to fill the hole and try to follow the boss Staten to the lead, and then hopefully him and I can race it out for the win and put on a show for the fans. But overall, could have been worse, could have been a little better, but we're not too far off, and just got to keep learning every lap. And this is the first time I've been on a track probably this dry, so not too bad, but disappointed with myself a little bit, but we'll get it done in the race. Guys, we finished P3 last night. Not quite what we wanted. Didn't quite have the drive off we needed to win, or finish second in that case. But solid points night last night, even though we want to win. But we're back at it. It is 9:56. We're on the way to Langley Speedway for the Hampton Heat 200. We're gonna finally put some new tires on the day and see what kind of speed we got. Yesterday we just worked on the race fuel. I feel really good about it. I mean, we hadn't changed nothing. The car's been good all year, and I think we'll have a shot tonight. It's really hot, and we're just trying to stay hydrated, especially racing 2 nights in a row in this heat. It's going to be a challenge, but I'm ready for it, and then we're going to see what happens.
the defending winner of this race. We're talking about car number 03 from Chesapeake, Virginia, Brenden Queen. Let's go trackside.
Down here with the 44 of Connor Jones. You received a high five from one of your crew members. Clearly happy with how the 44 is handling. What's your game plan as you go into the race this evening?
I really just think riding. I mean, this whole race is, this track's pretty slick. We're on the beach, so, this place is pretty worn down through the corners and stuff and the straightaways. So, just pretty much saving, just not spin them straight in, straight off, not spin the rears, and hopefully get to be the front.
Connor Jones currently sitting P6 on the standings. We'll see how that Jones Utilities 44 does later this evening.
Brenden Queen, the defending winner, 9th fastest here. He turned a time of 16.022 seconds. That was on his very first lap. So Brenden Queen right now is 9th fastest.
He'll be rolling off 15th for tonight's race behind the wheel of the 03, the old school video games Toyota from Chesapeake, Virginia, Brenden Queen!
As much as I've enjoyed doing other things in life, when you come back to the racetrack and you hear them and you smell them and you see them, and right now the nerves, the butterflies, the energy from the crew, not many 200 lap late model stock car races are run on these types of racetracks with this big of prize at the end of the day. Not only 10 grand on the line tonight, but certainly drivers that had bad races at South Boston need to have a good race tonight to give them a shot at Martinsville. Guys that had good races need to manage to try to get to Martinsville with a chance. But no question, if you're a race car fan and you've ever driven one of these things, you're wanting to be strapping in with a field like this, on a stage like this, with an opportunity like this. Get it.
Let's talk about Brenden Queen for just a minute, because you brought his name up earlier as well. Brenden has had such a successful year. We talked about how he won this race a couple of years ago, but Brenden this year at this racetrack has won just about everything. All but one race he did not win this year. That's got to bring a lot of momentum to that team coming into tonight's big race.
Well, this is my first time I got a chance to talk to him today, and one thing he's got that is underrated in racing, that's confidence. He's confident in what he's doing. He's confident in what his crew is doing. They know they've got a plan. They know air pressures, different things, where to start to be good at the end of this race. So they've got a plan. They're going to stick to it. And he's got that confidence. And as you said, momentum that's really carrying that team right now. He told me 6 of 7 races this year at this racetrack he's won, including the car stool race. So when you're looking at favorites, he's got to be in that top 5. Yeah, I'm watching the 03 Brenden Queen, the 26 of Peyton Sellers. They've been running really nose to tail for the last 10, 12 laps. You talk about experience. Nobody has more short track racing experience than Peyton Sellers. So I see the 03 and the 26 back in laying towards the back. That's kind of how I gauge about as far back as anybody wants to be, because I feel like those two have enough experience and have the knowledge of car and driver to get to the front at the right time, but they certainly are way back in traffic at this point. O3 is off the pace.
Brenden Queen is off the pace. He goes one lap down. The defending race winner is having some problems. Very low on the racetrack. Was hoping to make it happen here tonight. Is just not going as quickly as he should be. So we're going to keep our eyes on that, as Brenden Queen was hoping to make it to lap number 100, but he is certainly not trying to save time. That car, something has gone wrong with that machine. Brenden Queen is a lap down now in the 31st position, so a tough break for the driver out of Chesapeake, Virginia, who was trying to make it happen. Actually won this event in 2020, finished 26th last year. So Brenden Queen, even slower right now, so we'll certainly try to find out what's going on with that driver. So, man, heartbreak for him, because we documented he was one of the drivers to watch.
Yeah, he's still making laps, but very much off the pace. He's been doing like he told me he was going to do earlier today. Just ride around in the back and try to beat around at the end, but certainly some kind of mechanical issue for Brenden Queen. Very disappointing for that team. You know they were jacked up for this race.
If they can go in the pits and get it resolved, it would only possibly lose a lap, as we're at lap number 92. So maybe he has that in mind, so they can make whatever adjustment, if they can. It may be something terminal that can't be fixed here tonight.
I can't tell from up here if it's his car or not, but one of these cars, when they come by, it sounds like they have dropped a valve or down a cylinder or something, a very deep sounding motor when they come by.
That may be Brenden Queen.
I think he's got some issue under the hood.
So that may be a night-ending problem there for Brenden Queen, the 2020 winner of the Hampton Heat 200. Now, one thing that's different, as we see the 03 car come down pit road while it's closed, and maybe a battery change I'm hearing from Brenden Queen. So they came down while pit road was closed. I'm not sure exactly what implications that will have, but it's serious enough. They didn't care.
But tough break for them. You could just tell. Once he got by himself on the racetrack, you could certainly tell and hear the tone of the engine to tell that he was not pumping on all 8 cylinders. So tough break for that team. They were executing the plan so far, but looks like they got a little something going on. We'll get a further report and know exactly what's going on, but he is several laps down now, and it'd be difficult for him to catch back up.
The 03 of Brenden Queen's exited out of his car. Brenden, what's going on underneath your...
Yeah, we're just riding, managing the race, and I know died, and I knew we were in trouble. I guess the battery died, alternator something. I turned all my blowers off. Did everything I could to try to limit the wound. We're 2 laps down, so we're not out of it yet. The boys are working hard here. If we get it fixed, it's gonna be I'm probably unlap myself once and then get a lucky dog. So all y'all watching, 03's down but not out yet. We're gonna try to get back in and try to do it the old school way and get back in this thing.
Brenden Queen works closely with his crew chief, Phil Warren, and has conquered Langley after struggling here for many years. We'll see what he can do with that 03 and getting him back on track.
They're 2 laps down, but he says they're down but not out. They're going to change the battery, hope to get him back on the racetrack, and he says he's going to come back and do it the old school way, unlap himself and get back in this race. So that'll be another storyline to follow with the 03. Certainly one of the pre-race favorites.
Well, you know, if you get a rash of cautions, the free pass will take into play, and he could certainly start to make those up.
a lap back for the 03. Brenden Queen now back. That put him on the lead lap.
On the lead lap. We'll check that with race
Look,
control.
he told us all when Jacqueline interviewed him. He said, "I'm down, but not out. Do not give up on the 03 yet." So 03 fans, and he's got a lot of them here. If you're in the parking lot, come on back in because he's not done yet.
Very good point. It still could happen for Brenden Queen. And how cool would that be if he could bounce back to pick up
But
the
you know,
win?
you said it earlier, a lot of cautions and a lot of caution laps. And so you got to figure at some point these drivers are really going to get a little more sense of urgency towards getting to the front.
What a long, hot night here at Langley Speedway for the Hampton Heat 200. Started 15th. Rode really hard, saved our tires, and about 20 to go. Battery or alternator died. We went 2 laps down. So proud of my guys during the pit stop. Got the battery changed and tried to change the alternator, but it wouldn't fit. Anyways, we got back out 26, 2 laps down. Got both our laps back. We come back to 13th. A lot of caution laps at the end, so that didn't help, but we weren't quite good enough. We didn't get a chance to make any adjustments because we're trying to get back out. Need a little bit of work to do to, get back to winning, but, considering all we overcame today, it's almost like a win, and super proud of my whole 03 team for all they did, and, sorry we didn't get the win, but that's racing. Thankfully, it won a points night, so we'll come back next week, try to work on our points lead, and try to go after this 3rd championship now that we're getting into back half of the season.